But I'm told here, as we're hours away from the NBA draft, the Boston Celtics have started to listen, engage, and discuss trades around Jaylen Brown.
The NBA offseason is getting completely out of control. The Jaylen Brown trade situation just got very uncomfortable. While Anthony Edwards got mad at the Timberwolves, so they're trying to get him Kyrie Irving or Ja Morant. The drama is never ending in the NBA. But we gotta start with the most awkward turn of events in Boston, where the Celtics now have to answer uncomfortable questions about Jaylen Brown.
I'm never going to predict the future, but obviously you never know. But at the same time, I think the one thing I want to make very clear is how valued he's always been. But I don't want to predict the future.
You can clearly see what he means. Brad Stevens basically said he's here right now, but tomorrow he may not be. This is basically admitting that they're trying to find a trade for him. So all of a sudden now, a trade scenario started getting traction.
And the name and the team that came back to me a lot was Evan Mobley in the Cleveland Cavaliers. Evan Mobley, young, big, just entering the prime of his career, former Defensive Player of the Year, just starting a new max contract of his own. That's the name, Trenny, that people keep coming back to me with. That's a name to keep an eye on if the Celtics are looking to pick up that big.
And after seeing the Celtics struggle with their big man against Philly in the playoffs, this trade makes sense to me. If you're gonna break up the Jays, doing it for a quality center, a terrific defender, this could be the right move. Now, a crucial move that the Minnesota Timberwolves need to make as soon as possible is getting Anthony Edwards some help. Multiple reports are coming out saying that Ant has been unhappy with the situation on this team. And there's a good reason for it. They broke up a Western Conference Finals team by trading away Karl Towns, who just won the championship with the Knicks, for Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. And they got bounced in the second round this year by the Spurs.
Ridiculous ankle weapon, Yama. The San Antonio Spurs are headed to the Western Conference Finals.
Dante gets hurt, that's tough luck, but Minnesota basically got rid of Randle for nothing in return, just to free up space and not have him on the roster. That's demoralizing.
The issue is they trade him for a salary dump for nothing.
People don't understand how much Anthony Edwards had to defer and figure out ways to say, hey, I got to keep Julius Randle into it, and then Julius Randle fluctuated. It was either he played really well or it didn't do much, but you have to give up a lot because he needs the ball, he needs a rhythm to get going. I feel like this makes Ant-Man feel like, hey, we're going to lean on me, and they're understanding that I might need a little more space. I might need something different than somebody that got to control the ball.
You're saying it's addition by subtraction?
Without a doubt.
This is hilarious to me. Every place that Julius Randle leaves, it's addition by subtraction. I was ecstatic when my Knicks traded him away, and on top of that, we got Cat in return. I would have been happy by just dumping him away for nothing, the same way Minnesota just did. But never mind, getting back on track, one thing is certain: while they're an awesome defensive team with Ant, McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert, the offensive firepower is absolutely lacking, and they need to make a move.
What you gonna do to show Anthony Edwards that you can compete with San Antonio, you can compete with Oklahoma City? What are you going to do in that regard? That is a question he is looking for the organization to answer. And if they don't answer it sooner than later, with a piece or two here or there that they get, don't be surprised if he sits up there and says, yo man, it's time for me to get up out of here.
Minnesota has made calls already about Kyrie Irving and Ja Morant, and that's super interesting. On first look, pairing one of these two with Ant would instantly make the Timberwolves the #1 League Pass team to watch. But it could also end up completely imploding the team with the drama that both Kyrie and Ja bring with themselves. Moving on to Kawhi now, who's entering the final year of his contract, and there are interesting conversations taking place about him and his future.
Kawhi Leonard is aging. What are the chances that Pat Riley could package something up throughout this transition, because the Kawhi Leonard is really what the Miami Heat need.
Oh yeah,
to put the icing on the cake.
We got Sean standing by.
There are multiple teams monitoring Kawhi Leonard right now here over the next few weeks. Kawhi Leonard has 1 year left on his deal. The Clippers have been in this position before with Kawhi Leonard. When you go into the final year of your deal, you want to know as a veteran player, you're either going to get an extension or not, and Kawhi Leonard is at that point in his career. So whatever happens tonight, I don't think the draft is necessarily dependent on Kawhi Leonard's future, but I think in the coming days and weeks, we'll start to learn a little bit more about the Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, and a potential outside team as well.
Hold on now, I know this is more of a speculation, but if the Godfather Pat Riley finds a way to somehow get him, this is going to be the light version of the move he pulled off about 15 years ago. Light version, I said. Chill out. I know Giannis is 31 and Kawhi is 34 and both have had injury problems, but they're big names and it will be must-see TV. By the way, the Clippers are interested in DeMar DeRozan, who the Kings want nothing with anymore. 50% of this iconic duo that successfully completed the infamous play-in three-peat is reportedly going to be stretched and waived if Sacramento cannot trade him. If that happens, of course, he would get paid by the Kings and he would be a free agent to sign for a smaller additional deal, possibly with a contender. Now I know you wouldn't want him leading your franchise, but if DeMar DeRozan is coming off the bench for you on a contender and do it at a team-friendly deal, man, that could be a very interesting addition. There's not a single guy off the bench that you'd want with the ball in his hands in the clutch more than DeRozan.
Lyles gets it into DeMar DeRozan. 7 seconds to go. They try to double team DeRozan. Steps through. Hold up! Where are you from? DeMar DeRozan gives Sacramento the lead. DeRozan shoots it. Got it! Laces it! Belated Happy New Year!
Speaking of having the ball, now you have the ball in your hands to act on a serious issue. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions of dollars for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps can contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent history verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. Now, Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. Click the link in the description to take a short quiz. You may be entitled to a potential recovery of over $1,000. The offseason is heating up, and it started off with an absolute bang with that Giannis trade. However, nobody is mentioning the ugly side, the uncomfortable truth of that trade that both Miami and Milwaukee have to face now that it's all over. You gotta check out my deeper explanation of the entire situation right here in this video. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.